Hey, this is Bernie here, just sitting at my desk, kind of finishing up my night. I want to talk to you about something. I wanted to talk to you tonight about the power of do, the power of prayer, and the new do. One of the things I know is people are human, people make mistakes, right? We can't always see clear in the dust of things. I know that. And it doesn't get good when a customer comes back and he's just madder than hell at you about not your product overlay and everything you do, but about the one thing you didn't do in your service element. And I've been bawled out in my life by people for things that weren't even my problem, but I accepted it, and because of the overall larger organization I was working with and inhabited somebody else's problem, I proposed to you, perhaps, and then I solved the situation. But I've taken hell before on account of others, and so when you're in that situation, I propose to others try to minimize complaints from happening by doing the right thing, right? And it's not that you shouldn't receive a complaint, and knowing how to handle and diffuse them is one thing. But what I want to talk about tonight is the element of, you know, handling things well. For example, Jeff Bezos apparently is claiming to be one of the first potential trillionaires on the planet. And because his company Amazon is doing a couple $100 billion of business around the world globally, door to door shipments of products, right? And I wonder how many people, and not just Amazon, but anything, have ever had a product received on their doorstep when they weren't home, and the rookie coach, courier, acceptance level, whoever, rings a doorbell, nobody's home, leave it on the step, they'll get it when they get back. And I wonder if it goes missing. And I've had certain situations happen. Sometimes there's a sticker on the door. But like even in Strathmore where I live, we have Calgary based dispatch. We got three major companies. There's a couple smaller courier companies, I suppose, just to use a customer service example. And in modern technology with iCard readers, iCard scan readers, and UPS, like UPC symbol codes on the packages, I suppose. We have depots in town, so if nobody's home, the courier would naturally take the parcel to the depot where you can pick it up in person between office hours in a postal type system, and business assist and the convenience store and that kind of thing. Hi ho. And there's three of them in town. And when you've booked your product shipment, they should have your cell phone number. So you'd have a text come to you with the iCard scan reader telling you your parcel's at the depot, you weren't home, we rang and tried you. And then, so you're getting door to door, but if you're not home to accept it, it's not as convenient anymore as when you ordered it. But also, the shipper has a responsibility. They don't want to leave it on your doorstep because if it goes missing, then that's a customer service issue. Who's liable? All that. So you can go and you take your iCard scan reader into your depot, and I would propose they scan it and match it up with your parcel, right? So all these technology avenues we have, there's no reason for um, poor customer service where your rookie coach or whoever gets back to the shop, customer calls in fuming mad, my parcel is missing off my step, and my neighbor even heard or seen somebody come and grab it and leave. So I once was driving through a neighborhood in Calgary on the way over to my family's place for a visit with my kids on Skype as we gather and network together. Whip into a neighborhood over in that area, Aspen or something, to pick up a coffee from Starbucks on my way. And I happen, and I'm looking around at real estate. I pride myself in like admiring architectural structure and things and seeing all the designs and styles and neighborhoods, right? And there's some good ones like Seton Place down in South Calgary, new one, all that. But here I notice there's a house and there's a probably $1,000 suit hanging on a doorknob from a dry cleaning company who did a drop off and nobody is home. And I'm thinking, my God, like, am I the man living in that house owning that suit? I'm glad not. I wonder, and this was like 2 in the afternoon or something. I wonder, or one, I wonder if, or sometime in early afternoon as I was going through that day into position to where I was going and, probably doing some work at the Starbucks or something, whatever, but like on the way through. But I wonder if that suit was there when he got home. Like, it's amazing what we have in technology and how we don't always utilize it, I suppose. Um, I'm thinking, like, congratulations to these guys like Original Joe's and so forth that have went to a paperless menu. And I mean, there's people are interpreting all these COVID bylaws and regulations and suggestions and for the health of their customers and all that. And that's great, but that's just a aptitude. And if your phone isn't picking it up on the scan, they'll come and give you a paper menu. It's not like you don't get to read anything if you're not working in technology properly or whatever. But there's ways, hey, to improve customer service and use the technological gifts we've received. Now, prayer is another topic. Like, that's the new do. Those are some of the new things, the new tech. Well, prayer, I suppose, would, and Rick Bowness is a good example there. That guy probably was quite proud. He had all this prayer around him, as some guys do when they're following in those aptitudes, men of sorts, right? But it doesn't mean you're going to win. You still got to do things, right? And that's the touch here is you can have prayer for your safety and well-being, and some guys that have other people praying for them probably feel a lot of comfort and the savvy of love and God's innumerable presence around them. But you don't always win in the marketplace unless you got to do too, right? I mean, there's miracles that happen, and I don't do them, but I pray for them. I guess I'm participating in the do of that. Like, if you're praying for rain in Oregon and the fires stop, and you never actually hear about it on the news, but they did because you saw the result. There was no more fires, and somebody down there talked to you. Then but so your prayer was answered, and God did the miracle as you prayed, right, to Him. But you can pray for your life to go well, your business sector, all that, I suppose, that your employees will do well for you on the job, they'll handle things properly, but they still have to do them and connect the dots, right? You can't just pray it and hope it happens. You got to do the hard work of follow up and ensuring the steps are followed, and the clinching of the deal, I suppose, or the finalizing of putting steps together and making a result or an outcome happen. And those are important, right? So that's the power of the prayer, but it's also the power of the do. So it's the new do, and are your customers hearing about it as you do your business and your outcomes? Are they hearing about what's new? If you got a new meal on the menu at Mike's, I suppose, does everybody know, all your waitresses? And they do it well over there. That's why I'm suggesting it, of letting you know certain things, right? And then you're thinking ahead for the next time you go in, if you already, maybe your result was you're having your meal. But there's always a connection to the next and the better and the improvement. And it doesn't have to be a hard work and a grind. It's just the little things, right? But making sure that they're there and in place and in order. So, there's the power of the do, there's the power of prayer, and then there's the new do. And if we, the customers, or in my company, my customers, if they don't know what's new, then you got to figure out all the ways, the touch points of letting them know how to connect them in and communicate. And sometimes it's like broadband media through the multi, let everybody know. But sometimes it's just the one phone call or the one connect point where you text somebody a specific message, and that's good. That's good. So all for now, I'm signing off. This is Bernie May. I'm only human. Don't let me down. Not. Everybody, we all need God's grace, so we're all human. Go from there, do our best. The prayer, the do, the power of the do, and the new. Amen.